How often do you meet people via Italian meets?
This is the first.
Yeah.
This is the story of a man who met a woman at a restaurant.
You had a charcuterie plate
I
sent
did.
to you,
I
and I could not help but comment on it.
I know.
And boy, does she know.
She know, does she know, what does she know, you can't resist.
Meet Danielle Juhre, an up-and-coming pop soul singer.
You can sing too.
Thank you.
So when did you first realize you were kind of born to perform?
We talk about forging her way through the music industry.
I wanted to create something that had never been, sung before.
Kind of describe what has taught you about that process of making it, and the recognition or lack thereof that you get along the way.
Sure.
As her own songwriter, it all starts with pen, paper, and a little mystery.
Where do you draw inspiration? Because if you just listen to Does She Know, I'm like,
Uh-huh.
Danielle's a mistress.
Oh my God, I know, and I knew you were gonna ask me this.
And in a Newsy exclusive, we get to hear Danielle's brand new single before anyone else.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Ain't nobody having more fun right now.
You can sing!
Thank you.
So stick around. We're all singers today.
You might have recognized me from my performance at the Noster Fair. The NSYNC, God must have spent a little more time on you.
Oh my God, I remember you.
This is 30 Minutes with Danielle Juhre.
Danielle, welcome to 30 Minutes with.
Hi, Cody.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me, and welcome to CRC.
Oh, thank you for the welcome. We are underground. There's an essence of maybe something that was smoked in here. I feel like I'm really in the industry now.
Just to clarify, though, not by us.
It wasn't you.
Yes.
It
Yeah, it wasn't
you.
me.
No.
Just to clarify.
It was me. No, so let's kind of describe how we met first. It was kind of serendipitous,
Yeah.
a little bit. I was just eating dinner.
Okay.
And you had a charcuterie plate.
I
sent
did.
To you,
I did.
and I could not help but comment on it.
I know.
I was hungry, so I guess the real question is, how often do you meet people via Italian meets?
This is the first.
The first.
Yeah, this is the
Okay.
first. And you know what? Hopefully the last.
Yeah, like you're like judging by how this seems like it will go.
Yeah, or maybe, you know what, now that I realize it, I hope this happens again.
that's true. You're like, I'm gonna order that everywhere I go.
Yeah.
But like, what were you doing at that restaurant? What were you getting ready for?
Yeah, so both of us,
us.
we're getting ready for, I love Third Story.
Yeah.
3 guys group, I guess if no one knows who they are. They're an incredible group.
Great.
Oh my God, amazing musicians. And I was fortunate enough to go to school with one of them. And
That's where the story is different
Yeah.
between you and I. Because
Yeah.
I am like, I was at the restaurant,
Yeah.
ready to be like a crazy fan stalker.
Yeah.
Like to scream from the background.
Sure.
How much I love
sure,
2 out of 3 members of the band.
Sure.
I feel something. you
Sure.
know?
I understand.
It's in my heart.
Absolutely.
But then you're sitting there and you're like, oh, by the way, we're friends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
Well,
Cool.
one of them I went to Berklee College of Music with. So that's kind of where the following began, I think. And then he was in a band with another mutual friend of mine as well. And so I think it's really, really awesome to just go to friends' events.
Totally.
I mean, not even like, supporting all musicians,
Right.
but especially friends, I think.
What's it like to see someone you went to school with and you kind of grew up with in the industry start to gain traction and find that success?
That's the coolest thing ever. I mean, and it's within any industry. It's like you're in a crowd full of people and they're wearing your friend's merch and they're screaming out your friend's names and they know the words to every
Yeah.
single like song that your friend wrote.
You could get it, Richard! You could get it!
I think that's the coolest. I don't know. That's one of the coolest things you can do, and it's I don't know. It's surreal.
It is surreal, but
Yeah.
you can sing too.
Thank you.
You got a voice.
Thank you.
So when did you first realize you were kind of born to perform?
Yeah, my dad did lighting and staging for some famous touring bands, and he always had a recording studio in our basement.
I was gonna say, like, did he like try to get you into the lighting business?
Oh my
first?
God.
You're like, I'm really passionate about LEDs.
I paved the way. And I just started singing, I think when I was like 4 years old in the
Okay.
basement. And none of it was thankfully recorded. But It was the start, I guess.
No, I probably have some recordings of me singing at the top. You might have recognized me from my performance at the Knob Noster Fair.
No.
I sang.
That was you?
That was me. In sync. God must have spent a little more time on you.
Oh my God, I remember you.
God must have spent a little more time on you.
When did you first realize you wanted to make this a career? Because I feel like that in itself is daunting.
Definitely. So I never thought of it as a career until I saw the reaction from the audience.
Okay.
I think that once, like my first show was at, or one of my first shows was at like a fish and chips place. It was called Hope and Anchor.
Hey.
And there was a stage in the front and then people would, like a dining area. And after I performed, or while I was performing, during dinner, people stood up and I got the standing ovation. And then later it was on the press that I was the first artist to gain a standing ovation. And I think that was also like one of the times where I was like, for me, if you can stop eating, like interrupting your food to cheer someone, that's dedication, because food is incredibly important.
Especially fish and chips.
Yeah,
like,
especially.
I'm like, if you can rip me away from some hush puppies and tartar sauce,
then that's
like,
the real
you got a
deal.
gift.
Yeah.
What about though, like, now that I know that story, I guess I'm curious is, what does it feel like to have that power to like shift the energy in a room and like become the focal point?
Yeah, I think that it's something, it's not necessarily like a reflection on myself, it's like of what I'm saying. So I think that when I write a song and it has like a really big impact, and the reason why we're, pushing these songs is to, for people to listen. I think that that's kind of gaining that perspective and having them hear that song is just really important because the message is, being, brought across.
Right.
Yeah.
So you went to Berkeley.
I did, yeah.
Which is like the place to go, like if you're trying to get into music.
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't forgotten that $900 I owe for my last semester. I should point out that this has been owing since spring of 1980.
What's the most valuable lesson you learned there?
Yeah.
So I don't have to pay the tuition to go there.
I will tell you.
Yeah.
No. So for me, it was two things. One was finding my sound. When I first went to Berkeley, what you heard, like my song "Does She Know," that was.
Does she know?
Oh my!
Does she know? I'm like, I'm one of your active listeners. That's on the playlist.
Thank you.
Oh, just be honest with me, baby, and I'll be honest with you. Does she know? Does she know? Does she know you can't resist?
When I released that song, like months prior, I had no idea what that sound was going to be. I wanted to create something that had never been, sung before or done before, and bringing pop in with Motown and incorporating that. And that was my sound, but I never found that until I went to Berkeley.
Okay.
So I sat around and I worked with like a lot of people and close friends, and I think that my sound was like totally created and found with my friends that I made at Berkeley. I don't think that if I would have gone, that song wouldn't have been created.
How would you describe your sound?
I would say like soul and like mixed with Motown and definitely like elements of pop as well. Yeah.
Who'd you listen to growing up?
I listened to Amy Winehouse growing up and the Motown era, the Temptations and Marvin Gaye and Gladys Knight. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you can hear that in your voice.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did learning those lessons kind of help you start cutting your teeth in the industry? I feel like we are catching you very early on in your career, and like I mean, I'm not Miss Cleo, fortune teller, but like I would assume someone of your talent is going places.
Don't make me take you to church, young man.
I'd like to hope so,
Yeah,
right?
well, it would be a shame if you didn't.
Well,
so
thank you.
How are those lessons that you learned helping you cut your teeth in this industry?
I think that it's what distinguishes me from like other artists. I think from the very beginning, I think learning your sound and then marketing yourself and just kind of basing everything around that image and your sound is what makes that incredibly important. I know that people spend years trying to find what their sound is, and then they release a pop record and they never wanted to do pop or they never wanted to do whatever. So I think that was incredibly important.
Well,
so that kind of sets me apart, I think. Yeah.
Totally. And when we get back from the break, we are going to get to learn and hear Danielle's sound. We'll be right back.
Does she know? Does she know? Does she
Welcome back to 30 Minutes with everyone. We are with Danielle. Just one word. She's like Cher. She's like Madonna.
Oh, man.
Beyonce.
Oh, man.
On your way.
Oh, well, I'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it.
I'll take it.
So we just heard a snippet of Does She Know,
Yeah.
which is a jam.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
And we were just talking about your sound. My first question, though, is as someone who puts the stuff together, how do you know when a song is a hit?
I think that it's a instinctual feeling. It's almost like when you put together a video and you determine or think around the lines of how many people are going to view it, or it's just like it's really, really instinctual. And another thing that I do is in the midst of it, which is going to be cool today, you're going to be a part of it because we're playing my song. We're going to sing my song "Nobody." I'm going to say "we're" because you're gonna sing along with me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you how do you think it is? And I do that with all my friends. I'll play them the demos and then I ask them. And then I like people to be brutally honest. I mean, that's how you learn and grow. But usually if everyone's around on the same page, you know that you have something going on. And I always pick people with different backgrounds. I always speak with people that like rap, that like hardcore rock, like straight pop music, and then like country. And I usually around the same demographic, if they like the same song, for me personally, is how I work, is if everybody likes it and they come from different backgrounds.
So I'll give you the opinion of the rural gays of the world.
Please. Please.
We love pop soul.
You know, Missouri's more cosmopolitan than you give it credit for, Mitchell. It's got a very vibrant cowboy poetry scene.
Not sure you're making the point that you think.
Cool.
We
Cool.
love it.
That would be awesome.
What's it like coming up in the industry that is, I feel like the music industry is in a shift right now. A lot of things are digital. Everyone has a platform.
Yeah.
People are passing out SoundCloud links like it's free.
Yeah.
It is.
No, it is free, yeah.
What is that like? Are you having trouble navigating, initiating your career?
It's always hard. I think that it's all about marketing yourself, and I think it's all, that's a huge part of it. But for me personally, I think that the backing that you have and then what you bring to the table is a huge, huge portion of it. And that's kind of what I personally think I bring to the table is the people on my team. Most people that know me, they know my team comprises, like my dad's here today, it's family, and then my close friends. And I want to give a shout out. My friend Geva, for instance, I have to tell you the story. I started pushing Does She Know? And my friend Geva Shinar, he went to an Apple store near him and he put my song on every single laptop, and then
Guerrilla marketing.
Yes, right? And it's just little things like that. It's like people like that just, just help me make and grow my career. And I think that hopefully, what we all do is hope that those little moments make your stardom of your career.
And you write your own songs.
Yes, I do. I co-write with one of my really good friends from Berkeley. His name is Charlie Wallace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you draw inspiration? Because if you just listen to Does She Know, and I haven't had the privilege of listening to Nobody yet.
Yeah.
I hear Does She Know, and I'm like, Danielle's a mistress.
Oh my God, I know, and I knew you were going to ask me this. Okay, so it's really funny because as a writer, the main thing you want to do, like people like Taylor Swift, for instance, she releases these songs, and then I don't know, like her or her team at all, obviously, but I'm thinking she's hoping that everyone in the audience is going, who is this, or drawing their own conclusions or whatever else, and that's kind of what I intended to do. Full disclosure, there's nothing in this song. I am not.
I was like, because if it was with that fine man in your music video, I'd been like, hey, I'm approved. I don't care. I don't care if he's married. I don't care if he has a family.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's my best friend, Emiliano.
Okay.
He's my guitar player, and oh my God, we've been best friends for like 2 years.
You do keep it in the family. That's
I keep it. I mean,
well, yeah, professionally.
Professionally, keep it in the family. And so, oh man,
we're talking about what inspires you to write your music.
Yeah. So, Does She Know? I should probably talk about that because people always ask.
Yeah.
Does She Know was about if I saw this guy, or I even for an instance, you were speaking with this guy, and things were you haven't really. Everyone talks about talking and all of that stuff, so you're at that level.
You're
of
talking
whatever
we're
that
not
means.
dating, but we're talking.
Am I talking too much? Are they talking enough? Am I interested? I'm not really interested. Should I play like I'm interested, but I'm not that interested? But I think she might be interested. But do I want to be interested? But now she's not interested. So now all of a sudden I'm starting to get interested.
I'm talking to 9 people right now. I get it.
Good for you, Cody. I knew I liked you.
Yeah.
And
everybody's mistress. It's great.
This is about Cody.
Yeah.
And when you watch the guy that you like talk to somebody else, the context was, does she know about me? Does she know I know your family? Does she know that we talk every day? Like so and so forth. And then what I did was,
she doesn't.
Damn, son, you just hit with the wow effect.
Yeah, but but she doesn't. And then what I did was, how do I create some sort of buzz? And I still won't ever fully like disclose everything because I like the art, like anyone that hears any of my music to come to their own conclusions.
It's
always.
fun.
Thank you.
I have so many working theories out there.
Good. I'm glad.
I can't wait to have one about you at the end of this day.
Oh my God. And so, yeah, it was just kind of like I added in a mixture of lyrics that would make the listener come to their own conclusion of what the song was about. But full disclosure, it's not about me condoning cheating or anything of that matter. Yeah. It's just, we created a buzz, and I think it...
It is. And so, like, it sounds like a hit to me. Can you describe the feeling when you say the song feels like you?
Sure.
What does that mean?
So when I was sitting in my friend Charlie's apartment, we were just coming up with this song, and he looked at me and he was like, what's a reference? And a reference track is like, you send, we'll talk about a song that we want it to kind of sound similarly to, or just kind of like play off of. And I sent him this track, and then he was like, you know that we're not going in the direction of pop, right? And I just kind of was like, you know what? I want to do what I want to do with this. And it was just kind of like, if people enjoy it, then it was me. And if they didn't enjoy it, then something else will come their way that I'll write. But that song was just everything I wanted to incorporate. I love live instrumentation.
Yep.
I really, really admire Bruno Mars and all of his instrumentation and the stuff he does with Mark Ronson, live instrumentation and live horns. And I would be an injustice to myself if I released a song that wasn't live instrumentation.
Right.
So that's kind of what that was. It was everything I wanted in a song.
Do you ever struggle with creating a product that maybe isn't pop, that doesn't resonate with a wider audience?
Definitely.
And is more authentic to you?
Definitely. I think that will come in time. I feel like if I did that after Does She Know, it would just be like just kind of like a repeating pattern. And I am too early in my career to repeat things right now. I kind of want to try new things, and I want to get on the charts. That's kind of something that I've always wanted to do. So that's kind of what this song Nobody is going to hopefully just emulate those things that I didn't do in Does She Know into this song.
Do you ever have to tell yourself not to conform?
No.
No?
I think that it was what I set to do is just what I do. I'm really stubborn. Yeah, it's just kind of like, I'm like, I'm going to do this, and then I do it.
I feel like you have to be stubborn, though.
Yeah.
When you are the product.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
your art is.
Yeah.
If you don't stand up for yourself, I mean, I guess who does?
Yeah, definitely. And then a lot of people don't know, I don't go to parties, I don't smoke, I don't do anything. And I think I kind of put myself in this position where I'm already out of the norm. And from there, I think I just kind of created that sense of not conforming already. And then I joined people on my team where it's just close friends. And I think that was kind of, I think it's just, I hope I won't.
It's a fast business. You're already sitting down with me. Who knows? No. You're very original and have such an authentic sound.
Thank you.
And it is a treat that when
Thank
we get
you.
back from the break, we're going to get to hear Danielle sing.
Cool.
Come back. Welcome back to 30 Minutes with everyone. We are with Danielle, pop soul singer extraordinaire.
Hi.
That's what we'll just put on your lower third right
Cool.
there when you pop up.
Cool.
So let's list off your resume real
Okay.
quick. This is for all the LinkedIn enthusiasts out there.
Thank you.
Berkeley degree, right?
No, I dropped
No?
out, but
Dropped?
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Went to Berkeley once.
Yes. Went to Berkeley for a couple semesters.
Yes. Have a licensing deal with Sirius.
Yes.
Already submitted a song for a Grammy nomination.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of work to accomplish.
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I am 24.
You're young. So young. What, kind of describe what has taught you about that process of making it, and the recognition or lack thereof that you get along the way?
Sure. So I actually haven't really been in this industry. Like, I've been kind of leading up to it, but not fully in this industry. I've only been in it for like 2 years, 2.5 years. And I don't know, I consider everything like a stepping block.
Totally.
And that's kind of just where that came from. I think, once again, like as I said, I think of what I want to do, and then I'm just like, I want to do it. And it was like, I want to go on the Grammy board, so how do I do that? And then I joined a program called Grammy U, and it's like for college students through Berkeley. And then I kind of worked my way up to like an associate member on the Recording Academy board. And that's kind of how I gained things, momentum there, and then submitted my song for the Grammy Awards, 2018 Grammy Awards. And then my licensing deal with Sirius was through a manager that I came across with finally through Bob Katz is a Grammy-winning mastering engineer. And that's how I found the manager through my mastering engineer through Does She Know. So like today, I feel like I've met people through mutual connections and just kind of like stepping blocks.
It's about who you know and who you can get to know. But in a short span of 2 years, you already have 2 singles, one of which I know is amazing, and the second one we're about to hear. But you're also like going on a tour, like a little mini tour this summer, right?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I think you and your team have tickets, of course.
We'll be there.
Cool.
Front row, topless.
Okay. You know what? I do not discriminate.
Yeah.
You wear whatever you want. I will support you. I'm playing Navy Pier. I'm headlining Navy Pier on August 18th. That's like a Chicago date, and then another Chicago date is July 13th in the middle of Daily Plaza at noon. And anybody can check out more dates at DanielleJuhre.com and then /tour, just my website. But I've got quite a few dates around the Midwest predominantly, and then I'll head out to the East Coast. I'm going to play a few shows in Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you mind maybe giving us a preview?
Of course,
a little bit of that summer sound.
Of course,
we're going to catch.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, everyone, we're hitting the booth.
Their lips thirst on your body. That's not you thought about them with somebody. Well, your intentions never planned for anybody. They've got you thinking things you never thought you'd do. You don't need nobody, nobody, nobody. You don't need nobody, nobody, nobody. You don't need nobody, nobody, nobody. You don't need nobody but me, 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 no, nobody but me, nobody but me, nobody but me, nobody, no, nobody, no,
She can sing. You can sing.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're good. Girl. It's a bop.
Oh, thank you.
It is a bop. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Is that a Newsy exclusive?
It is a Newsy exclusive. Nobody's heard that before.
That's a Newsy exclusive,
Yeah.
you guys. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for joining us on 30 Minutes with, oh my God, she's on her way to the top, everyone.
Hey.
That's a wrap.
Thank you.